Hello everyone, this is Amanda McGuire and this is my week 6 discussion board for MPA 530. For this week's discussion, we're going to be talking about the top 3 sources of revenue for the city of Riverside, California. The first is sales tax. Property tax comes in at number 2, and the third is charges for services in the city. As you can see from the chart on the bottom left-hand corner, the sales tax makes up 37%, almost 38% of the total revenue for the city. Property taxes are about 20%, and the charges for services about 13%. And this is from the 2019-2020 fiscal year CAFR. So first, to discuss the sales tax, this is about 8.75% in the city of Riverside. What some people may not know is that the sales tax for a city is made up of the state tax, the county tax, and the city tax itself. 6% of that 8.75% comes from the state of California. So for every sale, the state gets 6%. The county gets 0.25%, and the remaining 2.5% comes from the city of Riverside itself. So for every sale that is made within the city of Riverside, they receive that revenue of 2.5%. Now, this is considered a regressive tax because it does not necessarily benefit those on a lower income. With a regressive tax, the percentage of income paid in taxes decreases as income increases. And what I mean by that is that if you take an individual like this elderly lady on our left side who is on a fixed income, probably Social Security, maybe some retirement of $30,000 a year, versus the young woman on the middle of the screen who may be a lawyer or what have you, making $70,000 a year, both living in the same city. Now, both of these individuals may buy an item that is $875. The sales tax on that at 8.75% would be $76, almost $77. Both of these individuals would have to pay that sales tax. And while one individual has $70,000 of income to cover it, the other one only has $30,000. So there is an inequality when it comes to the sales tax. Mr. Papanikolaou, sorry about that if I pronounced the name wrong, wrote a journal article that did a study of taxes and their effect on income inequality from the years 96 to 2011, and concluded that sales tax across the board is always regressive because the more money you have, the more affordable a tax is versus somebody who has a fixed income or lower income who is still required to pay the same amount as somebody that has the higher income and would struggle with it. And now a closer look at property tax, which is the second highest source of revenue for the city of Riverside. This is also considered regressive, though less so, as it is more based on property value, not income whatsoever. If you take a look at the 2020 census of population for the city of Riverside, in the year 2019, there were approximately 315,000 people with a total number of households ranging about 91,000. So for every property owned, household and otherwise, there is a property tax that is paid to the city. Now, why this has a lower impact regressively on our lower income folks is Proposition 13 that puts a cap on the percentage that the property tax can be increased per year, both through the assessment percentage as well as the rate limit. which is in total about a 3% increase across the board. In looking at a journal article written by a Mr. Edelstein, property tax still tends to be regressive because taxes are based solely on property value. However, income increases and cost of living don't match. So while you have your property value that may go up over time, which is the cost of living increase overall, the individuals that live in those homes may not have an increase in their income that matches that rate. So some people are lucky enough to receive raises on a regular basis. However, in 2007, 2008, when we had a recession, a lot of people did not have those increases in pay because employers were trying to save money rather than lay individuals off. So when this occurs, there's no increase in income to be able to pay for that property tax as it comes around and increases each year. Finally, we have the third source of revenue for the city of Riverside in the top three, which is charges for services. This is charges like water, sewer, electricity, because the city has its own company for those utilities, trash pickup, the airport, which charges a fee for the schools that use it, public transportation, city parking, any city provided entertainment, such as activities and classes. Those are examples. And then we have, with that, it's charges for services are not necessarily considered either regressive or progressive. Rather, they're proportional because they are based on the market value as well as the income. So when the city charges fees, they try to look at making them proportional, which means they would be fair to all and based on the median income rather than the higher income or the lower income individuals. And that's all I have for today on my presentation on the City of Riverside. Thank you.